Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're new to tarot, just know that not every reading is going to resonate with you. So if you feel like I'm wrong, please just disregard the reading. Never take something that isn't for you. You're going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a really specific personality, but have nothing to do with the sex or gender of a person. So if I pull a Queen, I could be talking about anyone, and if I pull the Emperor, I could be talking about anyone. There's just no gender. If you'd like to catch more readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel by just clicking subscribe below. And if you click the bell, it'll notify you whenever I post. I do also offer a membership. If you want to check that out, you can click join. It'll take you to the membership tab to show you everything that I do over there. If you need to book a private personal, the information's in the description of the video, and that's where it says more right below. So this won't be a really long reading, just because I'm going to post again tomorrow, but I wanted to put something out today for you. Okay. So we have always partying and same shit, different day. We have cleanse, wash your weary spirit clean, and take a walk in the wooded glades. The overall energy is the Seven of Cups. Supporting, we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy, Death, Scorpio energy, and the Seven of Swords. The Ten of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Lovers, Gemini energy. And at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups. Why do I get somebody who goes through the ins and outs of someone else's addiction? For some of you, you could be the one addicted, and it's important for you to understand what you're putting someone else through with this. Well, you know, I'm getting it's really confusing that sometimes things are okay and other times things are really rocky. Someone's deceptive, they lie a lot, they do what's best for them. They also could be like paranoid, they're always like looking out for themselves and they don't care who they're hurting doing this. They could be pushing people away and just doing too much. And then other times the relationship is really happy. So somewhere between someone's pride getting in the way and not allowing them to really clean their shit up, get it together, someone else is forced to deal with the confusion of it all. Someone feels like they're delusional. They can't, it's like they keep thinking things are going to get better because sometimes things are good. And they get stuck in that for a minute until it all turns to shit again. The main objective here is to not feel so rejected and unwanted and feeling like somebody can't even see the blessing that's in front of them. I've been through something like this before. Like, I've dated an alcoholic and it was absolutely fucking horrible. Absolutely. Like, I have never been called those names, and for just existing. I wasn't doing anything to a person. I've never been called anything like that. I've never had shit thrown around like that. Like, this person was a demon 50% of the time. But because things are really good in the other percent, you never know whether to stay or go. And there's always some bullshit story about when they're going to stop it and how they're going to... The longer you stick around, the less they're going to do that. Chances are they're not going to anyway, if it's an addiction, because I'm seeing always partying and same shit, different days. Just every time things get good, they fall right back apart. I'm also getting it could be confusing for one person because it's like, especially if it's like a living situation, someone could end things, push someone out, and then want them to come back. And that, you have to think about, like, now you're involving whoever you're, like most people, like, if you're running away from somebody in the middle of the night, you run into family or you run into friends, you can't involve those people into this because they're eventually not going to help you out of situations if you keep dealing with some shit, And so I feel like somebody's stuck in this position of, what the fuck do I do? You leave. You're not going to make somebody sober. People's children don't make them want to be sober. You know who makes people want to be sober? The person who's not sober. They have to choose that. Sorry. If that's something somebody doesn't want to hear, somebody's not going to change overnight. Even if they went to rehab tomorrow, it's possible they could come out and fall apart again. I'm not against supporting someone's rehabilitation, but I'm definitely against supporting somebody's addiction. And that's what you're doing here, technically. Supporting it doesn't always look like, hey, I'm cool with this, it's fine if you do this. There really isn't a true consequence to all the things that you do to me. I'll come back if you say things are going to be okay for a little bit. I also think that we have to think about things like this too. Somebody might think that they're in love with somebody. How do you be in love with somebody you don't truly know? There's lies, there's deception. You can't figure out where they're really at or what they're going to do, how they're going to behave next. Is that really love? Or is it just codependency? Love makes you accept all the parts of a person, good and bad. Somebody's not accepting the bad. It's impossible to. It's so bad. I don't even know why I just told you that story. That's something that I healed from a long time ago, but I don't forget how fucking tough that was. What's interesting is that the person was busted, they didn't have shit, and they just constantly were trying to put me down. It was so odd. When I think about it now, it's like they clearly couldn't even see straight at all, So, you need to start over. You need something new. This is just not... I don't know why I'm getting very specifically. Somebody deals with, somebody's addicted to something that makes them a monster. Let's just say it like that. And you're not going to change that person. A drug counselor can't even change that person. That person has to want it. Do you understand? The Five of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. And exactly, that's the confusing part. You'll go for a minute not talking, and you feel lonely without them, and then they come around. I don't feel like this is an apology, it's a Page of Cups, not a Knight of Cups or anything like that. But they come around all lovey-dovey, and you get sucked right back in, stuck right back in the same position here. So I feel like the cards here are basically asking someone to take accountability. You may not be accountable for someone else's, usage problem. But you are accountable for enabling the behavior and remaining stuck in something. That's not to say it's easy to leave. I get it. Because there's the emotional correspondence from this person. I have a problem and I just need somebody to be there for me right now. And without considering you at all. Some of you have a child in this mess. And it's like I said before. You know how I ended up dating an alcoholic? Because I had an alcoholic dad. You know when he decided to stop drinking? When I was a fucking adult. Okay? People don't change for their kids either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an addiction. It's like being possessed. It's not like something that they actively choose every day and they can just actively drop when they want to. It's important, but to understand that. But if you make things about you, well, maybe if I just act right, they won't do that, or maybe they'll get some help if I do come back. And no, this is all foolish thinking. I just wanted to say, like, if you have a kid around that, they may become pretty standard to the fact that, whoever the male or female, that those types of people will be able to just act and talk to people like that. And they feel like that's normal when they get older, and they end up in the same type of abusive relationships. They grow up without any self-esteem. They grow up without any boundaries because of what's going on in the household. You know what I mean? You have to think about that too. I'm not judging anyone. Nobody here is a bad parent. I feel like they leave over a kid if there's a kid involved. But they go back. And this can be just as confusing, And I can see wanting to get someone sober if you have a kid with them, like you just want them to be there and to be a normal parent, but it's just unfortunately not really up to you. Give me some advice here moving forward. Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles, the King of Cups. The King of Wands and the Star. I feel like it's saying you have to just go through these emotions, this loss. I know that it gets to a point where it's really depressing and it's very lonely, and you have somebody pulling on your heart threads, making you feel bad for them to come back. But the longer you stay away, the less it'll start to hurt. You need to understand that this person will always just give you crumbs. It's always going to go back and forth. The extreme highs and the extreme lows. And it's saying here, instead of focusing on this person and what they need to heal, you need to focus on yourself and what you need to heal. There is something keeping you in this, and it is not love. I would say I hope this was helpful, but it doesn't really seem helpful. It just seems like me talking someone back off the ledge. Don't go back over there. Don't answer the phone. Sometimes people change through loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really think about your own life. When did you grow up, Cancer? Probably when you hit rock bottom, right? And until this person does, they have no reason to. I'll see you tomorrow.